This shouldn't surprise anybody, but Logan Paul is in hot water again. We couldn't make it like 1 week into the new year. It's 2026, y'all. Happy New Year's. But if you haven't heard, Logan Paul is selling his PSA 10 Pikachu Illustrator at auction, one of the most sought after cards in the world. And a lot of the backlash that Logan Paul is receiving right now is because a lot of people are comparing this to his CryptoZoo scandal, calling this a complete rug pull and leaving tons of people hanging.
7 just sold for 900K. And the 10? No one knows. It is the only one in perfect condition, and at this point, it's just a rumor. There are no pictures or videos of this card online, anywhere, and no one I know has ever even seen it.
What was thought to once only be a myth is now sitting in front of me inside of a custom Maverick case.
And if you don't know, Pokemon is super hot right now. Like, there was a Forbes article that recently came out that Pokemon is a better investment than the stock market. And it seems like Logan Paul is always dipping his feet in Pokemon right when it gets hot. And over the past 6 months to a year, Pokemon is seeing all-time highs, and I think it's starting to come down just a little bit, and now Logan Paul wants to sell. He bought this PSA 10 Pikachu Illustrator for around $5.2 million. This card is widely considered the holy grail of TCG cards, and fans freaked out. Media covered it, and Paul was everywhere with it. He was wearing this to wrestling events. He put it on a chain, wearing it around his neck. It was a spectacle. And again, now that he's selling it, the controversy has kicked in.
I looked up the most expensive Pokemon card, and this was it, the Pikachu Illustrator, and only one perfect PSA 10. And I wanted one.
Paul listed the card on Liquid Marketplace, a platform he co-founded that sold fractional shares of rare collectibles, basically letting everyday people invest in tiny pieces of pricey assets. And I will never understand this or NFTs or why people like Logan Paul gets to keep the card. Why does anybody want to pay him money just so he can physically have it, and you're allowed to say that you own it digitally or a piece of it? It's just giving him money to own the card.
Ownership of top tier assets. So instead of one person, me owning this card, we as a collective can co-own it together. I'll also be listing it for $5 million instead of the $5.3 million I bought it for. So basically I'll be giving you guys $300,000 discounts because everyone likes discounts. And I should say this, I'll be retaining 49% ownership of the card. So I won't actually have access to it. It'll be in our vault. But if I want to wear it out to fights or a Pokemon box break, or maybe even put it in a museum one day, the community can decide if we want to do that.
But playing devil's advocate, a lot of people look at this almost like it's a stock, like you're buying a stock in a company. So if that company starts doing better, you can make money from it. This is the same thing that Liquid Marketplace was trying to do with this PSA 10 card. So in actuality, now that this card has gone up crazy in value, I'll put a picture of what it's at right now. I think it's at estimated $18,000 or $19,000. So the people that bought shares in this card are expecting to make some money back from it when it gets sold. But no, this is where the issues and some of the scammer allegations come into play, especially with Liquid Marketplace, who, again, he co-founded, but his name is not on the website anymore. That's a little sketch as well. There's tons of users on Reddit claiming that they can't withdraw money from Liquid Marketplace, and the Ontario Securities Commission accused Liquid Marketplace of multi-layered fraud. But Liquid Marketplace also has stuff in their terms and conditions saying they can like change the rules of their website and how everything works. It's honestly crazy.
The thing of nightmares. We may change or revise any aspect of these terms or the platform from time to time in our sole discretion by posting the revised terms on the platform or electronically sending you the revised terms. We change the rules when we want to. I guess it applies immediately. You acknowledge and agree that the form and nature of the platform and any part of it may change from time to time without prior notice to you, and that we may add new features and change any part of the platform at any time without notice. You agree that we shall not be liable to you or any third party for any modification or termination of the platform or your account. You agree that Liquid Marketplace is not liable for any losses you may incur as a result of or associated with any transaction delays or unavailability.
Distributed accordingly, meaning around 2 years after the fractional sale of this card, Logan says he used some sort of loophole as term to buy back a rumored 49%. This was the amount of the card that he no longer owned after the initial fractional sale, so he allegedly always had 51% in his possession, and now he got the rest of the pie too.
So now instead of involving all the people that paid Logan Paul to have some ownership digitally of this card, at the last second he did a buyback to fully own the card so he can take it to auction and sell it and keep 100% of that money and share that money with nobody else. And Liquid Marketplace let him do it. If you've been following Logan Paul's alleged last scams, this sounds like a lot of stuff from the past. Remember CryptoZoo? This was Logan Paul's big blockchain game project. Pitch as a fun NFT game where you could buy, hatch, breed, and earn with digital animals and zoo tokens. But here's what really happened. The fans that paid real money for NFTs and crypto tokens promised to generate value. The game never delivered playable content or the promised ecosystem. Investors lost money. There was a class action lawsuit which was filed alleging fraud, a breach of contract, and unjust enrichment, claiming that Paul and his team left tons of people with losses. And of course, during this time, Paul wanted to blame everybody else but himself. People felt like an influencer with massive reach used hype to draw in investors into a crypto project that fizzled, leaving them out of pocket. Kind of sounds like that Hack Tua girl. And now that this card is going to auction, I believe the auction actually just started, he's been hyping it up like crazy. He's been dropping YouTube videos on his own channel all around this card because he's trying to drive more hype to make more money once this thing does go to auction.
Let's take a peek.
It just started.
Yes, that was the first bid. Okay.
Dude, that's crazy. Look.
I don't even show that in here. So you got that before I did.
Well, I'm just on the site.
You're on the site. Okay, see, I'm on the back end.
Ends in 41 days, 1 hour and 58 minutes. We got a ways to go.
Oh, just gotta go up $1 million a day for 41 days.
No problem.
And again, everybody else that invested in this, they're not getting any piece of the pie. It's the same thing we see over and over again with meme coin. It's like, how many times can this dude scam the world and keep getting away with it? Rattle Pokemon has been covering this for a super long time. He doesn't even think this card deserves to be a PSA 10. There's even controversy about that it was regraded over and over again until it got the 10, and that's when Logan Paul went to buy it. Jamari has also talked about the situation, providing some of his own thoughts and information, and the Pokemon community as a whole is not happy. I'm a huge fan of Pokemon cards myself, and this is ridiculous. It's just crazy that he basically uses all his influence to get millions of people involved with millions and millions of dollars on the line, and then can rug pull them at the last second and face no... Of course, he's getting backlash on the internet again, but how can the law not step in and at least investigate the, I don't know if it would be like the ethical or moral sense to this whole situation.
So instead of one person, me owning this card, we as a collective can co-own it together.
I just find it really wild. Seems like repeat behavior from one of the Paul brothers. So let me know how y'all feel about this down in the comments. Drop a like on the video, be subscribed. Super close to hitting 1,000 subscribers on this channel. And I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.
Access to it, it'll be in our vault. But if I want to wear it out to fights or a Pokemon box break, or maybe even put it in a museum one day, the community can decide if we want to do that and co-own it together.